mission is to get them all out. Now, the orders that they come out, sometimes, of course, it's unfortunate if your loved one is not in the group, but we see that eventually, hopefully, within a short period of time, everybody will be out. So I wasn't in a position to pick and choose who got out. I made suggestions. And we came here and we said we wanted to bring home as another sign of good faith. A good number of people get them out now. We're still negotiating for the rest, and that'll probably take a couple more months. We also lifted the sanctions on their airline as part of our show of good faith. So that's where we are right now. I think that will be months, not years. So I can't tell you exactly at all. But so far, things are moving quite quickly. This whole thing started this year since President Trump got in office. He's been very concentrated on this effort, and he wants to normalize relations with lots of countries. And as you all know, President Trump will meet with anybody, any nation, to see if he can normalize relations. And of course, they have to do things, and we have to do things. But that's kind of the overall view of things. And President Trump feels that if you can have relationships with people that in the past we wouldn't, but we try and build the relationship up where maybe we wouldn't have so many wars on the table. Maybe a lot of things would happen. But that's his viewpoint, and I, of course, agree with it. Well, he released 68 people. That's a change, moving in the right direction. So my impression of him is he wants to change. But you don't change after you've been in office for some 30 years. It's not going to happen overnight. But nobody released prisoners from there before. We've gotten 68 of them out, and I soon to get more. So it is a change. These things don't happen overnight. I think they'll wait and see what happens. I think that a lot of the people that we got released out of the 68 were Europeans, and the European countries were very happy about that. So I don't think, I think in the end of the game, they will release their sanctions too. If the United States does it, I think we will come to a time shortly where they will lift their sanctions. I can't tell you how long that'll be. I can't tell you which countries will or will not. But in my experience, and that will happen. This is the third time I've done this. I got one or two the first time, which was in April. Then I came back, and I guess about a month ago, got 14 out. And during this whole time, I've been negotiating with the Belarus government and the president. I arranged a phone call about a week. It was right, the President of the United States was on his way to Alaska to meet with Putin, and I arranged to have a telephone call between Lukashenko and President Trump from Air Force One. So that went very well. The two presidents talked. They both asked me if I would go back and negotiate some more. President Trump wants to get we don't know the numbers, but people use the number 1,300. To get all 1,300 back out of the prison. And President of Belarus was open to discuss this. That's the state we are in now. Well, what we're doing is, there's two tracks here. One is release of prisoners, and the other is trying to normalize relations between the United States and Belarus. And this is all part of that, all part of the same efforts by Belarus and by the United States. So we have an ongoing, normal relationship. So we're working towards that. So you don't sit there and say, give me 3 prisoners and I will give you this sanction, it's not done like that. It's like, okay, when we said that we were lifting the sanctions on the airlines, it was like the ball was out of our court, now it's in their court. So the ball was in their court, and they came out with 52 people today, which makes the total 68 have been released so far. But it's not a, you do this, I'll do that. It's more fluid than that.
Be released at some point in the near future. Respect your country. They respect you and they respect your country. They release you. If they don't, then you have to pay $6 billion.
Well, I am so happy to read very soon a group of political prisoners who have been released from Belarusian prisons. It's 52 in total, but 38 Belarusians, Belarusian political prisoners among them. And of course, I applaud to the efforts of President Trump and his administration, to use its diplomatic efforts to release this group of people. These exceptions from the sanctions that was like the price, for the release of these political prisoners. It's like maybe necessary price, to pay at the moment, but I wouldn't call it normalization of the situation. What Lukashenko is doing in Belarus is not normal, and it's not releasing of people, it's forced deportation of our citizens from Belarus. A very important issue to demand from Belarusian illegitimate regime that people who are released don't have to be forcefully deported from Belarus. People have to have rights, to stay in Belarus. Nikolai Savkevich is a very principled person. He devoted all his life to fighting with this regime, and it is his choice. I want to remain in my country. I want to fight from inside. And no one can order him, to leave Belarus if he doesn't want this. At the moment, what I know that he is between two borders, refusing to go to Lithuania, and like Belarusian side doesn't allow him to return. Maybe during I had like some conversation here. I don't know the latest information. I have to check, but 1 hour ago the situation was like this.